Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. 2 years ago when we first had transitory inflation, I thought that would be an opportunity for the big industry to want to get us to switch to metric units because you could disguise a lot of price hikes, right? You got a couple months where gas prices are really rocketing up, and all of a sudden gallons become liters, and it might not look so bad anymore, right? A lot of Americans are fooled when we change package sizes, which is kind of annoying for a lot of other things because you got prices that are going up. The last thing you want to do is to make prices go up even more by making the package smaller, because now you're wasting a lot of packing material, right? I'd rather pay more. Like, for example, this baking chocolate, it used to come in 8-ounce boxes. Now it comes in 4-ounce boxes. I mean, it's been many years since I bought an 8-ounce box. But now you got to pay for twice as much cardboard, twice as much aluminum foil. Aluminum's almost a precious metal, actually. And although I don't think you can easily remelt foil like that because it's very thin, most of it will oxidize. Even aluminum cans, melting them, you lose like half of it. And so when prices are going up, we have to waste even more. I actually think we should make our packages bigger so that we can waste less material. That's what a sane person would do, right? So, for example, when I buy bismuth for my art projects, I always buy the largest container that I can, right? The last thing I want, especially if bismuth prices are already going up, the last thing I want to do is to buy even smaller packages and then waste more on postage, right? Anyway, just a thought there. But I thought that would have been a great opportunity for us to switch to metric units and so simplify a lot of things, right? I can only imagine the economic effect of having to do all these unit conversions when we trade with other countries, deal with other countries. I have a funny story. I was looking up weather in Taiwan. I had a conference in Taiwan one year, and I hadn't been there I hadn't traveled to Taiwan for many, many years at that point. This was in 2011. I think the conference was in late April, early May. I looked up the weather, and it said something like 33 degrees, 34. Like, oh, really? I got to prepare my winter gear and all that. And then look, it was Celsius. For a moment, I really thought it was like winter. I hadn't been there in many, many years. And I was getting ready for some kind of wintertime adventure. Anyway, but this July 23rd, I'm proposing we make the switch on July 23rd because of a near miss we had due to unit conversions. Air Canada had a flight that had an emergency landing in Gimli. What had happened was there was some miscommunication. They had a fuel gauge that was broken. They had to manually calculate how much fuel to put in. And the captain got confused between pounds and kilograms of fuel and ran out of fuel midair. And by chance, the captain had military experience, so he knew about an abandoned runway in Gimli, which was the only airport that was available to them at that point. And also by chance, he had experience with gliding. But as they got closer to Gimli, they realized that the abandoned runway had become a racetrack. And also very fortunate, their nose gear didn't work because there was no hydraulic power. And so they landed, the nose gear crashed, and so they stopped just in time to not hit anything on the racetrack. So July 23rd will be the 40-year anniversary of that. A great opportunity for us to finally make that switch. I think a lot of people can stand behind it, given how big a miracle that was and how much of a close call that could have been. So I hope you will join me in signing this petition. Again, sign the petition by leaving a dislike on this video. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.